Okay, now we're going to talk about the second redirection operator, and that's called standard in, right? If standard out is the output of a program, standard in is the input to a program. So we need some programs that have input to sort of redirect these things. We haven't run into a lot of commands that require input, but one of them would be mail. So if I want to send mail to, let's say, kurban at shola.csit.parkland.edu. Okay, feel free not to do this. Actually, that email account is completely ignored by me, so you can test it. And it's waiting for input. It's waiting for a subject. Junk mail. See, now it's sitting there. You can see the cursor just kind of sitting there waiting for me to do something. It's waiting for me to type in the mail message. So I can type in, "How are you today?" Notice if you try and edit this, it's not going to work. You can't hit the up arrows. You got to get it right in the first shot. It's not the best thing in the world. When you're done, putting a period on a line by itself and hitting enter is your way of being done. So mail took these things I typed in from standard in and used it to send a mail message. If we want to look, right, I can use Elm, and here's the junk mail I got. And there's some cron jobs around too. That junk mail. I send a lot of junk mail to myself, just to show you guys how to do it. And see, here's the mail. Right? How are you today? There was the mail message I have. So let's get out of here. Oops. Try to get out of here. Okay, so now we're out here again. Now, sometimes I want to mail myself, let's say, a file. So I have, these are not good files to mail. I know, because they're 5 megs and 2 megs. Let's go find something a little smaller to mail to myself. Here's the infamous president's list. So why don't I mail myself the president's list? I could type mail urban. Let's go hit the up arrow and find that. Yeah, there we go. And then I'm going to redirect the input. Notice it's pointing the other way. It's a less than symbol. I'm going to redirect the input from presidents. What happened? It said I had mail. Well, that's because there's a separate program telling me I have mail. But I can just I'm hitting the up arrow here and redoing that, redirecting the input. Now when I go to my mail, right? Notice there's no subject. It works differently depending on how to do it. But there we go. There's the president's file. And I mailed it to myself. So we can redirect input to a file so that what it operates on is different. Here's another one that takes input. Sort. I'll just put in some words. Now, how do I tell it when it's done? Well, I need to put a special character often to tell when I'm done with the input. The special character on Unix, the end of file character is Control and D. Not to be confused with Control Z on Windows machines. On Linux machines, Control D. So I got to hold Control, hit D, and it did a whole bunch of things real fast. First off, it sorted my output. All right, so what was put in was sorted, and then it ended the file first, then it's sorted. This mail is left over from something else. So I can sort will use standard if you don't put anything. So I can put sort from presidents, and now it sorts it, and notice it sorted it in sort of a number way, as if numbers were letters, right? So 39, 4, 40. And you run into this when you do that. So I can take input from other sources and change what's going into the file. Not necessarily a file. So I mean, it doesn't really save you anything. You could also type sort presidents and get the same result. But you can also use the standard in and sort that. And that'll turn out to be important in the next lecture.